Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and or good night, depending on where you are in the world today. And welcome back to your Friday evening's entertainment. It is, of course, our hardcore Out of the Abyss 5e campaign. We are on episode 26 and officially halfway through the campaign. So if you've stuck with us up until this point, thank you. And if you're new and you think you missed out, feel free to go check out the playlist. It's all on the channel, allowing you to catch up and been up to point. Without further ado, let us unmute the masses and we will get into the recap for the last session because it's been a few weeks. Yeah, let's get cracking. Consider thyselves unmuted, the masses.
Hey there,
Hello.
hi there,
Hello.
hello, Wazowski.
I kind of think Larissa has that husky voice now.
Does today.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does today. Oh my god, I called in this morning. I sounded like a dude. It was crazy.
It's like,
How'd it feel?
who?
Cool.
Like, I couldn't get my voice above, like, this is as low as I can talk right now. It was lower than this.
Nice.
Oh man.
Sometimes I get that in the morning. Like, my throat's a bit of, I guess if I've been snoring particularly heavy through the night or whatever, like, I'll hit like a super deep voice first thing. It's great. I love it. Makes me feel great, but not so great when it's sick. Having the Floridian plague, whatever we're officially calling it.
Yeah. The cesspool that is Disney.
that's what you get for going and having fun.
How dare
got
you?
completely sunburned too.
But
Sunburn while sick is sucky too.
that's a rough combo. Especially if you're heavy sunburn, because that can actually give you really bad dehydration as well. But anyway, we digress. We started a bit late because the avatars were messed up, so apologies. But let's recap very quickly what we got up to last session with today's endeavors. You guys pretty much wrapped up everything in the Nafeblin city of Blingdenstone. You managed to help them unite the clans, so to speak, the different factions within. You recruited the help of the Elemental Prince, as well as then dealing with their slime problem and removing the entity known as the Pudding King, which you kind of I don't think you had it confirmed, but you definitely had suspicions that it had something to do with another one of the demons, Bulex. That would be your third potential demon lord related shenanigans going on in Underdark. You managed to convince Chipgrin that Glabagul was okay, and he will help you root out any more slimes and other issues. Honest Jimjar basically was like, cool, you guys are going up top, nice, let me know when you're back down, we can hang out, kind of thing. And then a few people did decide to come with you. Eldith, who wanted to get to Gontagrim anyway, Jul, who wants to stay with the circle, Talindra, who is a half drow, basically was like, yeah, you guys saved me, and I don't particularly want to be dealing with Ilvara and her cronies, so I'll stick with you. And Darendil, of course, wants to return to his elven kingdom and not be a Quaggoth anymore. So he was like, yep, let's go. About 9 days into the couple of weeks travel it takes you to traverse the tunnels to the surface, you got jumped by Ilvara. I believe you fell in literally. There was some webs. You found the webs. You were like, cool, deal with the webs. Didn't bother looking up. Got jumped by some big ass spiders, as well as Ilvara and her cronies.
We will never learn.
Yes. Some of you guys look up now. Some of you guys. It's only taken like a couple of years of D&D, but some of you guys look up now. It's good. But yeah.
Not me. I will continue to forget.
I will keep my brows lowered.
Yep.
It does make things interesting. You had some BBG monologuing from Elvira, but Lavender, who had joined the party late, essentially was like, "Yo, I'm nothing really to do with these guys. This is a travel party for me." And I think you got a really high roll or a crit to bluff your way out of it, and you were like, "Yeah, I'll just leave you to it, and that makes things easier for you, right?" So Elvira kind of was like, "Yep, be gone."
She very graciously just let me go.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
But allowed you the opportunity to get round behind her, basically. Yeah, you managed to deal with most of the chaff pretty rapidly. Unfortunately, in doing so, dealt with your ally of convenience, Asha, in the Stinking Cloud and Cone of Cold. I think the Cone of Cold did like ridiculous damage and just fucked her up really, really bad. And then, after a few unsuccessful castings, Elvira managed to summon a... Oh god, I can't remember what it's called.
This is why I wrote spider, not spider.
Yochlol. There you go, Yochlol.
Yarganoloth.
No, it wasn't Yaganoloth, it was a Yochlol.
It's the other one.
Basically the same shit, so yeah. Oh. Thing. Oh no. I've done a thing, guys, I'm sorry.
What you do?
Oh no, what did I do? Hang on.
What you
I
do?
can fix this. Right, that's that fixed. That's disappeared. Oh wow. Okay.
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, we're breaking stuff.
Yeah. All right. We're doing it live, guys. This is how it is sometimes. Right. Cool. There we go. I fixed it. I'm not going to touch that anymore. Okay. Hands off. Right. So yeah. TLDR. The tree, not spider, crazy summon thing hurts a lot. Laritha got taken down by it. I think Jorlan got slapped the shit out of by it. Elliot and Laritha were down at one point. Valis was surrounded. It wasn't looking too good. I think Lavender from the back was just taking pot shots and nuking things from a distance. There was some sneaky attacks involving Lavender and very, very big heals. Not heals, but not far off. And a surprise T-Rex. You guys managed to bring things around to sort of eke out a victory. You didn't, however, manage to convince Jorlan to come with you because he was like, yeah, you guys were ready for me to get back at Elvira and Shaw. And the note here says, Lavender murders the fuck out of Elvira. So that went down.
She shot her in the back of the head.
Fair.
Yep.
After the 1v1 caster duel that we were
You did pick up some +3 scale mail from Elvira, as well as a rod of tentacle, and then continued to make your way out of the Underdark. This is the opportunity where we go, okay, questions, or if I've missed anything, let me know. I think that's pretty much everything we did. And we'll kind of progress you onto arriving at Gauntlgreen. This will be about a week after the...
Oh, right. We're still in the Underdark. We still...
Yeah, you're in the tunnels.
Yeah, we still have not had fresh air.
Yeah. So we'll take you, as I said, like a week's travel, it will take to make your way out through the tunnels. And eventually... we'll see a bright light ahead. Finally, sunlight.
It's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Feel like y'all motherfuckers are gonna be so blind when you step out for the first time in months.
some of you guys have been down here for.
Oh wait, that's right. How long have Lyritha and I been down here? It hasn't been as long, right?
About 3 weeks.
I was gonna say maybe almost a month now. You guys have been down here, which,
Man.
based on the timeline you were given before you were sent down here, you know that the audience at Gauntled Grim, with your various contacts, is happening very soon, very very soon. You will begin to make your way once you reach the surface. You're maybe about another half a week's travel away from Gauntled Grim, but you'll be able to make your way there up into the mountains. Which will give
What's
you...
everyone's reaction for being in the sunlight for the first time and how knows
Okay.
well?
So Stool, this is very very bright for Stool. He very uncomfortable. Darendil also is showing off kind of mixed emotions. Part of him is happy to see the sun again, but part of him is his Quaggoth body is not so appreciative of it. So he's kind of having like a little back and forth. Eldith is very happy to be back on the surface, and in fact she's the one who's going to be basically Gauntled Grim. And Kalindra, this is the first time she's been to the surface, so she's finding it a little bit uncomfortable but adjusting.
So, just a question. Does it look like the sunlight is having an adverse effect on Stool?
You could give me a medicine check. He's a bit more subdued than normal, but other than that, he seems to be okay.
I assume that we've got like some spare cloth or something.
Oh, I've assumed you've wrapped all of your drow stuff in cloth and have spares. Yeah.
So I'm going to make him a little like jacket and like a raincoat sort of thing that covers all his mushy toadstool parts to make him like so he's less exposed to the sunlight.
Okay, so you can potentially
Give him a bit of
mummify him
shade.
a little bit.
Give him a bit of shade.
Okay. He'll kind of very warm, but bright. Yeah.
If there's any issues at all, please tell us. We don't want you to be uncomfortable.
I hide in jacket or pouch.
Well, we would have every one of us would have like a bag or something. So, well, I have backpacks, so you could definitely hide in the backpack.
We need to get him like a mini umbrella.
Yeah, we need to get him a hat with like an umbrella sticking out the top.
He'd look like a little black mage. It'd be cute.
Some
as hell.
sunglasses.
Oh my god, wait, that'd be so cute.
Uh-huh.
Make him look like Vivi.
Yeah.
It would very cool.
Mm-hmm.
About halfway, so say maybe a couple of days later, you will be met by a dwarf in slightly simple attire, mainly very simple orange grey colors, atop a riding ram. They look like a commoner opposed to a warrior or a courier, thing of that nature, and upon seeing you will slow down and essentially pull over as you're making your way towards Gauntled. They'll jump down, and seeing Eldith will approach her, embrace her, like, you know, do the warrior's embrace and give her a big hug as well. And do you speak Dwarven?
No.
Yep.
Well,
But we
I'd
know
imagine
that,
Helia
yeah.
would be, given that Helia's a dwarf.
Who inconvenient dwarf?
I do
didn't
not.
speak Dwarven?
I speak the hell out of Gnomish.
Okay. Essentially, the exchange would imply that they're perhaps second cousins or distantly related, and this individual there's a message, a summons, from a King Bruno Battlehammer to essentially discuss matters of grave importance concerning Eldith and her party's experiences in the Underdark.
Did they even know
Should
that
we
were
relay
coming
in
up
that
this way?
back?
How did they know that we'll be even coming this way?
The dwarf will look up and sort of think a moment and be like, sorry, they'll say in common, I am one of several messengers sent out to known locations that come up from the Underdark. So there are myself and about 12 other raiders that have been dispatched with the same message.
That makes sense, and definitely a lot less creepy. Thank you.
Oh, alright, sorry. Let me relay the message. The great king, Brunor Battlehammer, has summoned you to attend him as soon as possible at Gondelgrim. Your experiences are of great importance to a summit that he is holding within his mighty halls, and he will bow after he has delivered. Would it be that I had brought more mounts, we could get back sooner, but I will return and let them know that you are on your way. Food, lodgings will be provided, of course, and you will have an opportunity to debrief the king in full with what you have experienced. Although I was expecting more of you.
It's been a very, very long time. We've been stuck in the Underdark for a while. Well, us few at least. I don't know about these two here. He sort of motions to Lavender and Laritha.
Look, it's been long enough.
I'm happy to be out in the sunlight. I have no idea how you guys feel about it.
I'm happy that we get to have normal food when we arrive. I'm sick of eating mushrooms and bugs and other things.
I cover Stool's ear. Nah.
Right. Well, I will relay this information to the king and attendants, and I'm sure they will make sure to provide you with a variety of delicacies that, well, not those things.
Yeah, normal food would be perfect. If you do want to pass on a message, if you were expecting more of us, well, our low numbers, several decide to remain down there because that's their home, and others, well, Underdark's a dangerous place.
Basically
and they
stayed
didn't
down
like it.
there because they died.
Yeah,
As a thing that happens,
Mhm.
well, thank you. I will make sure to relay that information. But they will no doubt wish to hear of your endeavours from yourselves. I'm assuming you have those amongst you that are able to relay things in an appropriate manner to a king.
I was just like, I sort of glance at Hell Yeah and go, I think we might manage.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I will see you in a few days on your arrival. He will bow again, jump up on his goat, and ride off mountains.
Okay, bye.
Did you hear that, guys? We're gonna get real food, real beds.
Do you think they have coffee? Because I can't remember the last time I've had caffeine, and I'm kind of going through it right now.
I can't remember the last time I ate like cheese, vegetables, ham.
Not gonna lie, stool was starting to look really tasty for a bit there, but I held back.
You guys all really need therapists.
It was gonna be like, huh?
Oh no, I don't mean it for like real. I was just kind of thinking about it.
She was joking.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
It's a
Ha
joke.
ha ha ha. Joke. Funny.
Mhm.
Okay. He's just gonna kind of like proceed into your bag a little bit further.
And I sort of like make sure the strap is tighter.
You're
How
fine.
big is
Stool eating sentient beings is frowned upon.
Stool's like half a foot tall at most.
Oh, so he's smaller than me then, for sure.
Tiny.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
just a
so
little
Lavender
boy.
can eat him.
He's just a
Little
little
guy.
guy.
Baby.
He's just a little guy.
He's a baby fungus.
He is a baby myconid.
And yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited to be on the surface. All this air, like I actually feel like kind of lightheaded right now, but I can't wait to sleep in a bed, a real bed.
Yeah,
So
you're
let's go.
definitely like as soon as you reach the surface, all of that you do smell fresh air, grass. You hear bird song. There is a breeze. You've got the feel of wind. There is not that earthy, mulchy smell that permeates your very being when you are in the Underdark. Like all of that is immediately gone. You kind of like you get that smell on your clothes. You realize that this is a bit of a nasty nasty smell now you're out of it, but you were probably just well adjusted to it, given that you've been down there for some amount of time.
I pretend not to see
relief.
any tears.
The relief that not having to worry about being ambushed by some creature in the tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Are there any flowers nearby?
Oh yeah.
I feel like Dallas is looking forward to actually.
I'm
shaving
grabbing a
this stuff, too.
flower and sticking it in my
Oh.
hair because I'm trying to like get the smell of the flower on me as opposed to all of the decay and everything.
I find
What?
Lavender's behavior weird because we were only down there for a couple of weeks.
Doesn't matter. It was long enough.
Yeah, Valis kind of looks like a dirty old hobo at the moment. So
Definitely would have been down there long enough, because you got to remember 3 weeks is still 30 days D&D terms, so it's still like for us it would have been a month. Like that's definitely long enough to
Mhm.
Yeah.
pick up that stank.
Dallas unwillingly went through No Shave November.
Valis, hell yeah, Boars.
Actually,
Was
can
it
I give
Halloween?
everybody flowers if
Oh, yeah,
in
for
case they
sure.
want to like
Yep.
smell it? I'm gonna like give everybody flowers. You might need this.
Allergies. Oh, I miss them so much.
Right? I didn't know I could miss pollen.
Oh, hay fever. Oh, how I missed you.
Inhale it and I like shove I guess I can't shove it in his face because I'm like half the size of him, but
Nah,
you know.
I don't have hay fever. I'm good.
Are you sure?
I don't get allergies.
But do you want a
Allergies.
flower?
I need to go answer the door. I'll be right back.
I mean, yeah, I would love flowers. I like flowers.
Okay. I'll give Lyrith a flower.
What color?
It's a pink flower. I think it'll go well with your scales.
Pink and brass, yeah.
Lavender, of course, has a purple flower. I gave Valis a red flower, and Helia a blue
like-
flower.
I tuck it into a crevice between one of my horns and my scale.
Now, don't think just
Swear.
because I'm giving you gifts that like I'm
She
generous
loves
or
us.
anything. Like normally I'd make you pay for this, but we've all been through some shit, so this is like a freebie. Okay.
Just wait. You'll learn to love it.
We'll see.
Okay. Gonna take you a couple of days of travel up the mountains, but you will arrive at the gates of Gontulgrim. Large, battle-scarred, stone-wrought doors show a mixed history of this once mighty settlement, recently returned to something of its former glory by Bruno and the armies that he was able to gather. You will be met by guards who will stand to attention and will salute you, hands on the chest, slightly bowed heads, and in common they will essentially say, "You are expected. Please follow us, take you to your quarters, where you will be able to prepare for a grand feast."
Does that mean we get to
All right.
bathe?
You can. The feast will be this evening, but you have in your quarters access to food, drink, refreshments, baths.
Oh, great. Excellent.
If there is anything,
I mean, it sounds strange, but I haven't bathed in God knows. I don't remember.
You know what? I don't think he needs to know the specifics.
you can see kind of one of the guards is like ruffling his nose a little bit. It's like,
I'm sorry. The Underdark smells. We've come
Did
to
we not
realize
have
that.
access to bathing during the cities we were in?
I mean, I don't think any of you did make mention of it. I don't know if I'm pretty sure you do have prestidigitate, but I think it was only ever used when you were soaked in blood. Like, I don't think it was a common thing. I might be mistaken.
I don't have prestidigitation for.
Oh, but
I feel like when we were in the Underdark, bathing was like low on the list of priorities. It was more just, trying not to die.
And
So-
then the places we've been, like the lake, which is filthy,
yeah,
Mhm.
you don't want to go in the lake.
and the place we had Gracklestub, right, which is literally just like
Smog
a
City.
fog of
Yep.
Smog City.
Mhm.
So it wouldn't have mattered if we bathed or not. We would just, our bodies would just permeate this smog of just yuck, I guess.
I kind of like picture all of us looking like Pigpen from the Peanuts, where like the flies and like the cloud of crap
I mean,
is floating around.
there's definitely like, as you sort of approaching or walking past people, you definitely pick up on them kind of giving like a sniff and like looking around
What is that smell?
to see what the source of that is.
As a scaled individual, I am less bothered by this.
As people look, I'm going to like point at Valis and just be like holding my nose, just be like, "It's him, it's him."
No good dirt bath wouldn't do you too bad either.
You'll get a few kind of like acknowledging nods, apologetic looks, and a few people just kind of raise kerchiefs to their noses, like, yeah.
My word, what a smell.
Okay, you will be shown to some very fancy quarters. You will each have your own individual rooms. Inside there will be fresh clothes for all of you. Now they are slightly dressy, I would say. Functional, but dressy. You will also have...
These are going to be Valis' new clothes because he's going to have to burn the old ones.
Yeah, fair. You'll have access to fruit, dried meats, wine, water, milk, nothing alcoholic, but nice, fresh, surface food. Each of you will have your own bathrooms, and you will be advised that you should refresh yourselves before you have your audience with Bruno, and will be summoned when he is ready to receive you.
Question.
Sure.
Are the bathtubs like big, like they're not halfling sized, right? They're bigger. Can I like jump into it?
Dwarven sized, so perhaps slightly small for the bigger people, but for halflings, it's pretty much the same size. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna like go jumping right into it. I don't even
Yeah.
care if I make a mess.
I can fit my tail into the bath. This is amazing.
Is there a custodian nearby? Someone that I can talk to?
Yeah, you will have guards outside.
I
Not that you
will.
are
I will
being
go.
guarded, but like imprisoned per se. More that these are keeping people away from your chambers. Essentially, you are effectively. This is your do not disturb. Hang on the door handle sign in dwarven form, as opposed to a little paper or a cowboy hat or something.
Nice. So he will sort of go. He'll walk into the room, and then he'll walk out. Like he'll kind of open the door, and he'll be holding like a sack with his clothes in it. And he'll go. He whisper the guards and go, "Is there any place where we can burn this?"
What?
Is there any place I can burn this?
Oh. The guard will look at where you've got the. Oh, I can handle that for you. You don't want them mended?
I don't know. Actually, don't. I would recommend you hold your breath. They are beyond what would I consider repairable or mendable in any circumstance. In fact, they're a hazard in themselves.
I see. I can definitely find an appropriate place to burn these. Contaminate any.
Yes, I recommend not taking your gloves off. In fact, I would wash your gloves afterwards.
Will
3
do.
months,
there
3
anything-
plus months in the Underdark.
Do not envy you there. I have spent in my younger days months in the dwarven mines. Let me tell you that those were burned after that endeavor.
Gracklestad, the Dark Lake, Myconid,
Say no more.
fungus.
They'll reach to
Yeah.
sort of grab your little
Oh my
bundle.
god. There are so many myconid spores in those clothing.
Oh God, that's true.
Wouldn't surprise me if there was some Phasra stuck in there as well. Like,
Just like the bag glows slightly
Yeah.
green.
We're just like
Slow
walking
pulse.
biohazards at this
Yeah.
point.
I will deal with these for you. Is there anything you need?
Sort of thinks for a second. Just out of character. Still need moist soil, right? To be comfortable.
Potentially, yeah.
If you can get me a large pot of moist soil that you use to grow plants in, I'd be much appreciated. It's a strange request, I know, but it's human me.
Okay, I will send word to fetch one of our farmers to perhaps facilitate that request for you. Well, ask no questions. I will organize that as best I can.
Guards are like, dude, this dude's insane. What the fuck?
I was just gonna say, Valis sounds very traumatized. Like he's seen some shit. I mean, we all
Valia
have,
and
but I feel like
Valis
Valis
are
is
both
handling
really
it the
traumatized.
worst.
You guys gonna have some PTSD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he'll close the door and say thank you, close the door, get ready, bathe, stuff his mouth full of food, drink water, wine, etc. He will just enjoy all the stuff that he's missed on
Yeah.
the ground.
Bathe, get dressed, back down, do some performance.
Dude, you'll be like, this is how it's going to happen with him. It's like he'll bathe, right? He'll get out of the water. He'll look. He's still covered in dirt. He'll call for more water, and then he'll keep repeating
Wow.
until there's
God.
just.
You're too emotional to actually play.
You got a bit of leaf mulch in your flute there, Alia.
She's going to be spending all night trying to like poke it out of her flute now.
Honestly,
Why is there
Lavender's not
phaser out
doing
in my
too bad. She just did like dive bombed into the bathtub and is feeling a lot better. She ate some fruit. Feels pretty good.
Roll me
Lyrith's chilling.
roll me a perception, Lavender.
Ooh, okay. Well, where the
Someone's
heck did I put my
creeping on
character
you
sheet?
in the boss. You got a voyeur there, Lavender.
Hang on, I have like 8,000 tabs open. It took me a second to find.
Lavender is a member of something, right?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Oh, and I got a natural 20.
Damn. Well, glad you got that crit out of the way, right?
Mm.
hmm. You will notice essentially a piece of parchment being slipped under the door to your.
Okay. I'm gonna just wrap a towel around myself and go check that out. And also maybe listen at the door to see if I hear footsteps or if anybody is lurking or anything like that.
Yeah, you crit on your perception. You don't in your chamber directly don't notice anything. That you can hear the sounds of the city outside the door, and shuffling of armored individuals, perhaps a couple of people marching. But
Okay.
outside of that, nothing.
Well, I'm gonna pick up the paper and see what it says.
It will say, we should catch up before the yours, Davra.
You're on the clock now.
Okay, so as a player, I don't know if I know who that is, but I'm assuming Lavender does.
Yeah, so Davra is a member of the she's a member of the Black Network, much like yourself.
My secret club.
She is a higher ranking individual, and she is she handles recruitment mostly, but on occasions is a problem solver, you say, a fixer, if you will. And by that, he will solve or resolve problem. Either
Problems as in people going missing.
either through,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, am I the problem?
either through her wiles or through other methods that may cause sudden disappearances. She is particularly ruthless, cunning, and yeah, she's you know her to be very pragmatic though, and
Okay.
you know that she definitely appreciates a structured approach thing. Whilst she might have few qualms about taking somebody out, there's definitely processes to be followed, methodologies that need to be observed and adopted. She's a human, but yes, she definitely has skills when it comes to, let's say, assassination as well as other nefarious things.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna read the note and say shit, and then get dressed into the new like fancy clothing that they gave me. Where's who do I want to talk to about this? Where's Laveritha's room?
2 doors
Right now.
along.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Actually, because I don't want to make them know that like I'm talking to her about this, I'm gonna write her a note
Okay.
and say I'm meeting someone. The details aren't important, but if I don't come back, you might want to look for me. And I'll just sign it L.
Okay. So as you step out of your room, we'll see that you have a guard standing to attention, and he will turn and, oh, is there anything I can do?
Yes, I was just going to leave a message with one of my friends,
Oh, of course.
but I'll be right back.
Okay.
So I go and I just try and make it like not super obvious what I'm doing. Like I didn't say how I'm leaving a message. I'm just gonna like head over to the door and like stealthily shove a letter under it.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Okay. Sleight of hand.
Hi.
Is a 13, which means I rolled a 2 on that.
If any of the guards notice you doing this, they show no sign of acknowledging it. They are all staring ahead intently.
Yep. And I'm gonna just stroll back to my room.
Helga says nothing.
You're in your
Yeah.
No, it should be back downstairs.
the-
With a failed performance, trying to now clean her flute.
Oh, so you've left and gone somewhere else? Like everyone was in their rooms, so you've all recap. You've all arrived at the city. You've been shown to your individual luxury guest rooms. You all have noble clothes available to you, food, drink, nothing alcoholic. But
Yeah, and I said I would have cleaned up, gotten dressed, and gone downstairs, performed, and failed at it, and was cleaning my flute. Tried to perform
for who?
on my flute,
Okay,
just for random people downstairs.
oh, okay. Thank you. That wasn't clear as to what the. I thought you were just checking your flute like in your room. There wasn't any real.
Clear as mud, that.
Yep.
I did say, but
I must have missed it. Okay, so yep, you will have been down there dealing with that. Okay, Lavender, we'll stick with you for now.
So I was thinking once I get back to my room, I was gonna. How many floors up am I?
It'll be down.
Oh.
This place is huge, by the way. Like there are
Right.
halls within halls, halls big enough that you could literally fit a village, surface village inside them. Like this place is massive.
We like
You are
inside the Lord's like manor.
you
or
are
something?
essentially inside the city of Gauntlegrim, which is
Oh, so it's just one big like interconnected
you're basically like
like
imagine
ways and stuff.
you know the Lonely Mountain, I think is probably to give you an idea of scale, like how big that is in the
Oh,
Lord of the Rings. Like the chambers in there are huge. So yeah, this is probably in terms of scale and magnitudes at least the same, if not bigger. It's a huge place. It's very very old.
I was picturing it as like on like a village, like a place, like city on the side of the mountain. I didn't know this village was the mountain.
No, it is. You're in the mountain. Yeah, yeah.
in the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, did Davra? Did she tell me where to meet her?
No. But
You're a rogue, right? So you should be able to see the signs, yeah.
there is a place in the city that is kind of something of a gathering place. It's called the Iron Tabernacle.
Oh, okay.
Which is its spiritual, cultural art, I guess, as well as like the center of the settlement itself. It's more than a temple. It's kind of like an entire section of the city, larger than some surface towns, primarily devoted to the faith of the. This is known information. So the former Delzoon Empire of the dwarves, and now to those who answered Bruno's call to reclaim the city, there are vast cathedrals of stone within these chambers. You can hear thousands of voices chanting throughout. This place is big. I'm trying to give you like a visual. Maybe like Baldur's Gate, but inside a mountain.
Okay.
That helps. Like the whole place is big, very very big. Not
Okay.
all of it has been fully recovered from the previous owners and sort of brought back into good standing. So there are sort of dark patches within the city, but yeah, you see signs that a lot of the buildings, at least the ones that are in use, are repaired, like well repaired, like they look good, but they definitely show signs that there's new stone been used to repair certain of the like the statues or the walls of the cathedral. Like the intricate markings on them have been carved in to mimic and replicate what was there before, but certainly new, as opposed to the older stuff that this is definitely the heart of the city. Everything moves through here.
Okay. So I guess I'll make my way to there. And so it's a pretty bustling place then?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep.
Would I necessarily need to stealth, or should I just kind of pretend to be one of like the people?
Well, as you're making your way there, an individual is going to for halflings, they can't really link arms, but they're going to sort of kneel down and embrace you in an overly dramatic hug brace, and she will say, "Oh, darling, I'm so glad you're safe."
Oh, Auntie Emma, I've missed you.
Oh, it has it is a joy to see your face, and oh, such a darling little flower in your hair. Is this
Thank you. I picked it myself. I actually have an extra one here, and I hand her I don't know. It's a dark blue flower of some sort.
Oh, well, you? Oh, we must go get a drink. Catch up. Just so that everyone is aware, this is up. She is not hard on the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she was like, we must go drink, and you can tell me all about your adventures and what you've been up to. I feel like we haven't spoken in it's like forever.
Sorry, my son was coming down the hallway,
Okay.
and I didn't want him to interrupt. I was just saying, yes, we really do need to catch up. I have a lot to talk to you about. A lot has happened.
Oh well, a drink perhaps.
Yeah, let's go do that.
There'll be. I mean, there will be a lot of. It's a dwarven sea. There'll be plenty of taverns around, and it will lead you to one that is perhaps slightly out of the way. Maybe less busy than some of the others. And she will order a wine for herself and whatever you're having.
I'll get a what would Lavender drink? I want to get something that's like purple, and I want one of those umbrellas in it. So we'll make like a I don't know, a
Lavender mojito.
yeah, I was just thinking a lavender like mojito or margarita or something. And I want like a purple umbrella in it.
It's really specific.
The barkeep's gonna kind of like look at you with a slightly amused expression and be like, I think we can do something like that.
Talking to a dwarf because they have so many bright purple umbrellas just sitting around.
Perhaps
So
blackcurrant liquor in it.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that's fine.
out of character as a former bartender, this is the kind of customer we hate.
Like, they will take some time to sort of search for the umbrella, but they will find what you need and be able to accompany Davra into a booth. She will place a box table between you and press a rune on it. There will be a small flash of magic, and a kind of magical bubble, if you like, will surround the two of you and your. Instantly, the sound of the tavern and the chanting outside and everything is silent, and she would be like, well, what do you have to report?
So I think somebody messed up. When we were supposed to teleport down there, it did not go according to plan. Most of the group got split up. I was by myself. A couple people died. I don't know who the heck was on that, but they should be fired. And yeah, it was a bad time. Out of character though, hold on, sorry. I don't remember why I was being sent down there.
Basically to gather information to prepare for this event. Like, there are rumors that have been around about this party that has been running amok, shall we say, in the Underdark, and something do with them riling up demon lords, and basically the king has arranged a summit, and the individual requested to be there to represent the Zentarim. Davra, like, look, we need to know what's going on, because all of this is just rumor, hearsay, and you were tasked with finding this group and finding out what they've been up to and trying to essentially get ahead, so that similar to Lyritha's task, was to basically make sure your group was as armed as it could be before presenting this information to the king.
Okay, so the party that we're going to be at tonight, is that where they're going to unleash?
Essentially, yep.
Oh, okay. Did I find anything down there?
We weren't riling it up. We were running into the shit.
Yeah, so I think your involvement basically was just after they had left the... Oh god, Neverlight Grove, I think was what it was called. The Mushroom Kingdom, where they had just awoken one of the demon lords. Elia did info dump this when you met. But
okay, yeah, I just
involved.
I'm sure Lavender remembers this, but player me does not.
But yeah, TLDR, the party themselves encountered, when you met them, they had just encountered their second demon lord. The first one was
not happy about it either.
So the first one they met was Demogorgon, which is the two-headed monkey demon lord that destroyed Luplodot, which is the Kuatoa place. The fungal queen is the Moi, and they tried to wake her up with fireballs, and that is how Harlow had died.
Oh, okay.
Which apparently was... Tammy's just said it was Harlow's fault, but I believe the blame... I believe the blame was squarely put in Valis's corner, because they declined to be there that session. So the voice of reason.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because various things happened that I could be there.
Harlow had a momentary lapse of she should have thought there was rumor.
Yeah.
That was my
And
fault.
Talia followed Harlow. Yeah.
And then
Out of character, if I had thought about it, I would have known better. I didn't think about it as a character, as a player.
Then the final one at the Neblin place, which is kind of where you met the party, they were dealing with the Pudding King.
Oh, right.
And
okay.
The Pudding King was, I believe it was Lyritha, suspected that they were somehow tied to a third demon lord called Alex, the demon lord of essentially, when I say demon lord, think of them as almost godlike beings of immense power, and Jubilex is the one associated with oozes times.
Okay. So I relay all of that to her. Basically give her as much information as I can.
Just in terms of for player knowledge, these guys are like CR 23.
Okay.
They are like uber powerful.
Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God levels.
It would take 4 level 20 characters and some to even have a chance against them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Our little old level 8 characters would be very dead.
Wow. Yeah. And nearly have died. They nearly died to Zugmoy. But she will listen to your story, and will kind of nod. She hasn't touched her wine, but you can see she's kind of just mentally processing everything you're telling to her. And as you kind of wrap up, she will say, Well, did you have done well under circumstances, hindered as it may from the teleportation magic? How exactly would you like those responsible dealt with? Did something of a reward?
That is a good question.
May I make a suggestion?
Player me is curious. Who was this, by the way?
You know what? Find out. Give me, Sis, what you got?
Oh, I was suggesting that the person that teleported them down there should take the teleport themselves and get stuck in the Underdark.
I don't know.
So I feel like that seems like the appropriate punishment because otherwise I feel like they would just, kill them off screen somewhere. So who knows, they might end up in the Dark Lake, in a tunnel, inside a dragon's lair that may or may not be in Gracklestad.
Do you want to, like, you ask who it was that did it, or you asking?
Well, I'm asking as the player because I'm assuming Lavender probably knows.
Give me a history.
History. Okay. Where did my character sheet go?
I believe in you.
A 9.
Okay. So you don't know his full name, but he's a high elf. Surdare, essentially.
Okay.
Felt like that though. He's somewhat old. I say old for a high elf. Probably not. Maybe equivalent of like early 20s. High elf, sorcerer, mage of some kind. You definitely recognize him. His skin is soft, almost golden. He's just a shade over 5 foot tall. Has a very slender build. Particularly beautiful individual, even by elven standards. But his sort of things that stand out. He has a particularly elaborate tattoo on his arm, and the translation from Elven is it is a rough translation, essentially. Pain is focused, or words to that effect.
Oh, okay. So I probably don't want to bring him pain because he seems to like that.
Reminds me of that scene in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, where you're getting like smacked with the flail and you're like, come on, hit me harder. All right, how do I want to do this? I'm going to tell... All right, let me think. I think... How do you say his name again? Surdare?
Surdare, yeah. Surdare.
I think Surdare should maybe have a taste of his own medicine. But I don't know. I think the Underdark might be too nice of a place for him. Could we perhaps drop him into a volcano? And I smile sweetly while I say this.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Is there any volcanoes nearby?
I mean, it's a mountain, so there's got to be, right?
I mean, yeah, there'll be like forges deep, like not necessarily a volcanic, but there will be.
Okay,
like,
yeah,
Forge
would work too. Yeah.
You wish a fiery death?
Yeah. Seems good. Seems like a fitting punishment.
See that it happens.
Excellent.
Yeah, she's very manner of fact about it is like not off put by it at all. I personally some equivalent suffering that you felt at the hands of his magic, but perishing others good as any.
Yeah, it just seems like the Underdark is just not bad enough. It's not just me he affected. It's like a whole group of people.
Several assets.
Yeah. He did a lot of damage, and I think he should pay.
Musons,
Mhm.
100% was not this guy's fault. It was all to do with the magic at the other end, but fuck this guy. That's how they do, right?
Lavender doesn't know that.
And she will say, very well, I will. I appreciate you briefing me.
Yeah, of course.
I feel better armed to deal with the matters. Your services may be required going forward, depending on the outcome of the summit. Available, out of trouble.
Oh, yeah. I mean, some trouble, but I always get out of it. It's fine.
Acceptable amount of.
Yeah. Yeah. You got a deal.
For now, stick with the group. Have been till we know more. Advise our next speak again, and definitely see each other again. Although perhaps a less familiar attitude are in appropriate.
Yeah, of course. Auntie Emma? Pff, who's that? I don't know.
Quite well. We are.
Okay.
She will press the rune on the box, and the bubble will pop. Essentially, she'll pocket that and give you a nod, and then just leave. And you'll get to the doorway, and she'll kind of like look back at you, and then her form will shimmer and no longer be there.
He's so cool. I'm going to take another sip of my drink, take the umbrella, and leave, but not in quite as awesome of a way.
Okay.
She's so cool.
So that does bring us halfway through the session, and in terms of talking, story, etc., that's probably a good place to have an intermission. I'm gonna pop the ads up. Feel free to go.
I'm gonna sneak some coins in my daughter's under her pillow.
Oh, did she lose a tooth?
Her first tooth. Yep.
That's so
Yeah.
exciting!
Right. Anyway, the ads are up. We'll be back in like 5 minutes. Please feel free to stretch your legs, grab a drink, go to the toilet, all that fun stuff. We'll be right.
Okie dokie.
I do wonder what the Centauran would want to know this information.
Who knows, dude?
Information is power, after all.
But they're not the only
Knowledge
ones that
is
know it
power.
now.
I know
at
it.
the
I
moment.
know.
Just it sometimes, I mean,
Unless it's convenient for us to, disappear before we make it to court.
well, what do they say? Forewarned is forearmed, essentially. Like, being aware of information can help you plan, plot, manipulate things to your benefit, from their perspective at least. Knowing things is opportunity, rather than having to think up things on the fly. They're now briefed and aware, a step ahead. Bill.
I guess that's fair.
Yep. It's always important to be a step ahead.
Especially when you're a member of the Black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yay, Tooth Fairy's job is done.
Okay. Lyritha, you will have a knock at your door.
I shall open the door.
As you approach the door, your feet will kind of slip slightly on a note.
Do I notice it though? She's very sneaky.
I mean,
Nah, it's
you
fine.
can roll me perception if you really want to.
I did earlier. That was the joke.
Oh no.
What did I
Nah,
step
it's
on?
fine.
Guess it doesn't matter.
I rolled it as a joke.
That would be so funny, though, if something did happen to Lavender and Lyritha just didn't see the note.
Just walking around with it stuck to your foot, like
Like
of
it's toilet
like
paper.
like toilet paper, and like after you've been, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
So it's important to note that the information that Lavender would have been privy to would have been, or the first two would have been secondhand information, but obviously you had the experiences from when you got down there onwards directly. So when you're relaying stuff, like it's important to recall that, because although I suppose it would be somewhat Lyritha. Yeah, don't worry about it. Ignore me. Yeah, so you'll have a knock at your door, sorry.
Alright, I'll peek at the note really quick and say, just a moment, and I'll look at the note.
The TLDR of the note was essentially, I'm off to meet somebody. If I go missing, that's why L. I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah, that was literally it.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much. Okay, then. And I will shove that into my pouch and then open the door.
That's weird. Why would she go missing?
At the door will be a familiar figure to you, in the form of a very finely garbed, suited, armored individual, human. You would know him as Sir Laniver Trail.
Oh, I was so close.
Not me throwing random Ys in this time. This is as is.
Does he also look blurry in person?
Oh, does it look very blurry?
It does for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, the only thing I can do is kind of reduce it down a little bit. Might look a bit better.
Yeah, that looks better.
Yeah.
Just like
Uh,
just picture Laritha looking at him squinting. It's like, what?
Who is it? So yeah, tall individual. He was your mentor within the order, and he will look you up and he's tall, but he's not your
Salute.
level of tall, right?
Right.
He will nod as you open the door. Oh,
Sir, pleasure to see you.
seem well.
Better than the others.
In
I'm not too bad.
peace.
Thankfully. Yes.
Good.
Not without some effort.
The good things rarely are without effort. I wanted to hear your report before this evening's festivities with the king.
Of course. Come in.
Thank you. He'll walk in and kind of like stand awkwardly waiting for like you can see him kind of like looking around, and then he'll see nearby. May I?
Of course.
He'll kind of sit down a bit awkwardly because he is armored. I understand that there was some mishap with the transportation.
The group did seem to get split up. I don't believe I actually went where I was supposed to go.
Forgive me, I did not wish to be too graphic, but in the interest of honesty, I had my concerns that you had arrived in Toul. Some of your party did not really leave the circle. Or at least they left and came back not as they should.
Oh. How did they come back?
Or, well, one of your companions simply returned missing the left side of their head, and along with other parts of their body. Another individual returned as a collection of flesh in it was within a sack of their own skin, but certainly no bones or anything of note. We were
So almost inverted, but no bones.
Yes, quite. It was a very gruesome sight to behold, but thankfully you and others survived.
Yikes.
I've been informed that the Zentarim are dealing with it as an internal matter, and the individuals responsible will be appropriately dealt with.
I will leave that to them then.
Is theirs to deal with. I'm sure justice will be met.
I'm sure all parties responsible will see their punishment, yes. Out of character, no one was actually responsible.
No one knows that.
No one was responsible at all. It was an old teleportation circle, and the other end was an area suffused with phaseras, so like
Wild
I don't even
magic.
know if I can make that connection. I mean, I have good
That's-
intelligence, but I don't know if I can make that connection. So
Hashtag blame Sidair.
I mean, you could roll an int. I mean, you did when you got there. You did see all the spores in the air.
it's 13.
Was the roofer there for any accident wild magic surges at any point?
Don't think so.
I don't think any rolls actually happened.
Yeah, you're not sure. I mean, you've heard obviously, the group talk about magical mishaps and whatnot, but you don't know that side of it too much.
Although the group I traveled with did mention some weird magic down there, so I didn't get to experience that.
Well, I will be sure to this back to their representative. I appreciate that you have only just arrived. You are probably weary from your travels.
I'm better off than others in this group.
Could you perhaps summarize the main elements of your journey?
From where I landed, or from what I've been told?
The information that you have been privy. I believe anything else will be being divulged by those directly. I would prefer first-hand information.
Of course. Then I will go on an explanation of meeting up with them after their time in the mushroom area, and then our journey over to Blingdenstone.
See.
I believe I had some suspicions that part of the ooze problem was Jubilex, although I couldn't confirm. I know that Jubilex was involved with making ooze sentient, as he was one of the only sentient oozes out there. Although we did travel with one as well.
The logic would follow. Your reasoning is sound. Does give me much food for thought. Well, you have my thanks, and I am glad to see you in one piece.
Mm-hmm. If you know of any mind healers of such, the other two in the group that have been down there the longest could probably use some therapy.
Therapy. They
are quite traumatized.
I recall my time in the Underdark. It is something of a proving ground for those of our order. It is not a giving place.
They have certainly proved themselves in my eyes.
You have given me much to think on, and a very little time before the king. Is there anything you require of myself, or can I?
Well, actually, yes. I'm gonna pull out that drow weapon. This isn't of use to me anymore. It's drow made, so up here is going to become less effective.
Well, he's going to kind of tilt his head. The Order could certainly make use of it. That the Underdark is something of a training ground for our newer members. Let me see what I have within my reach. I have, or at least parity.
That would work for me. Anything that will be of benefit if I'm going to go forward.
There may be further of your prowess in the very near future. You have certainly proved yourself worthy of such tasks should they be required. Thank you, and I am very happy to breathing in your own skin.
As am I, sir. Thank you.
And I will see you.
Salute.
He will pump his chest and leave. Remind me, it was +2, was it, the weapon? +2? +1?
It was +2.
Okay, yep. Okay, he'll get up, gently push the chair back in its place, give you the chest bump salute, and then make his way out. Okay. Is there anything you guys wish to do, or should we move on to the...
I'm good. I go back to my room. Do I want to slip Lyritha in? No, I'm just gonna once I see Lyritha at the banquet, I'll just be like, all good. Give her the thumbs up.
All good. Was kidnapped.
You're breathing.
I'm alive.
I think
Nothing to worry about. We're all good.
Gonna have to at least stall here, so I'm gonna try and make him as comfortable as possible. That potted plant, the pot with the soil, come back yet?
Nope, not yet. But you know what? Why not? Yeah, the guard will come back. He will have essentially not a pot, but like a tray, like a potting tray, essentially, which has some slightly pungent dirt, with kind of some white, pebbles strewn through it. But it looks very fresh, dark,
Earthy.
And you have a chap on the door, and there'll be a farmer-looking dwarf. He's got the wide straw hat going on, and he'll be holding this tray, and it kind of right. The guard didn't quite say how much you needed, so I just kind of guessed.
That looks like about plenty.
What you planting exactly? You need some water? I can go fetch you some water from a can. Do you need some fertilizer?
Why don't you just come in? I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
Let me show you my mushroom.
I'll show you my mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
Let me show you my friend.
He'll follow you in, put it on a table, and then kind of brush his hands off on his pants. Right. So what's the vegetation? Is it fruit, vegetables, crops? Is it
Mushroom. Well, myconid, actually.
a myconid?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a tailor nearby? Out of question.
Sure. You're in a big ass city, that would be a tailor.
I want to
Good point.
go to a tailor to see if I can get a miniature cloak with the hood made. For Stool.
Oh, yes.
Match it to his little mushroom top color and everything.
Touch on that in a
I'll
second.
pay for it. Like, I don't mind.
The father would be like, a mic up here.
Well, it's a long story, but we're part of his circle since he doesn't have one. And he refused. Well, he wanted to come with us, so we brought him with us. And
You've got to plant
the
him.
no, he just needs some place to be comfortable.
Oh, it's like a
And
bed.
I feel like, yes,
Yes. Can't say really ever thought about it. Well, where is he?
so he'll go to his backpack. It's probably in a dark corner of the room. And he will pull out, well, he'll gently lift out Stool and then take him over to the table and place him gently on the table next to the tray. I was like, his name's Stool.
Oh,
He's just a little guy.
look at the little fella. Oh, like a mushroom. I didn't know they looked like that. It's my first one.
This is a baby. Well, he's just a baby.
Like
He's
a little sproutling.
Yeah.
Well. Oh, Stool. How'd you know? He doesn't look like he talks much.
Stool. Did you want to?
He will poof. The farmer will kind of like wrinkle his nose a little bit, sneeze, and be like, "What was that for?"
That's how he talks. You see that his mouth's no longer moving. That's how he talks. This is Stool.
You'll
This
see
is what he
that-
wants us to call him.
You see the farmer's eyes kind of go wide, and he'll be like, "Oh, that's something you don't see every day."
He's adorable.
Oh, well, you have two. It's plantain.
Sorry, say that again.
But it, grow another one.
Actually, don't know if it works like that. I don't know how myconids
Reproduce.
reproduce.
This is a dark passage that we're going down. I don't know the answer. So, yep. They'd be like, well,
I assume like other mushrooms do. Spores.
best not be growing anything in me. But I got like crops to look after. I'm very grateful that you showed this to me. And if you need anything else, tell the guards. I'll come and ask for Fergus.
Fergus. Gotcha.
And
Thanks very much.
I'll be able to help you out with what I can. Maybe check in on the little fella every now and then.
Sounds good to me. I don't know how long we're going to be here.
Myconids reproduce asexually using spores.
Okay. Like,
Oh, okay. So
I had to look it up.
Oh man, we really
Alright.
could end up with like multiple stools then.
The
he
stool's
grow
a
his
baby.
own circle. When he
Yeah.
grows up, he can grow his own
He
circle.
can be wait, what do they call them? That they're not emperors, right? What are they?
Fruit.
this.
No, I was trying to
the
say,
head
like,
of the head of the myconid circles. There's a term for them, right?
Yeah, I don't remember what they're called.
Oh,
Well, wasn't the one that we talked to in Baldur's Gate 3 Sovereign? I don't know if
Sovereign.
Yeah.
Yeah, sovereign. Yeah,
Sovereign.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Yep, sovereign's the term.
Yeah, he
Sovereign.
can
I'm
be
like,
sovereign.
what's the word
Yeah.
between the big chunky one and the other one? There's a term. What does he want?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sovereign. He could be his own sovereign one day.
Sovereign Basidia, Sovereign
Aw,
Violet.
we're raising royalty. Look at us.
Oh,
And I almost ate him.
I don't think Mycons taste very good.
No,
I
probably
mean, they
not.
might, with a little bit of soy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think they might fight back though.
Can imagine them being a little bit wriggly.
So when Farmer Fergus leaves, it would go to stool. Like, I honestly didn't know how to make it comfortable up here, so I got you some moist soil, some earth. I don't know if that will make you feel any better.
You kind of like walk over and kind of like settle down in it and like rummage his butt into it a little bit. Be like, this is good. I can.
You be okay to
relax.
stay here because we're gonna go talk to the king.
Nice here, not too bright.
Yeah, we're inside a mountain at the moment, so there should be no daylight to see you.
Reminds me of home.
All right, hang in there, little fella. We'll be right back. I will
Meanwhile,
kill everyone in this room if anyone harms Storm.
on your way to the tailor's there, Helia, you will see there is a doll store, like a toy shop.
Nope.
Oh my god, we could dress up stolen outfits.
I'm not going into a freaking doll shop. Don't care.
Find a Red
Nope.
Riding Hood.
Roll me a
Still-
perception. You definitely see a couple of dolls wearing stool-sized clothing in the toy shop.
Just want a cloak. I don't want to go see creepy ass fucking dolls, but I'm gonna do it because it's still. But I'm gonna stay the hell away from the dolls. No, my luck, one of them's gonna be freaking haunted.
How you gonna do this? I want that one, but just its clothing.
I want some doll clothes of a cloak. That's it.
Okay.
I do not want a doll.
Go into the toy shop. There is an old dwarf in the store, seated behind the counter. We'll see you coming in, and we'll kind of like jump off his little stool, pat himself down, and be like, welcome. What brings you into my store today?
Your doll size clothes.
Thought you'd be a little big for them.
Oh, no, we have a little friend who requires a cloak for shade, so.
I see. I've dealt with many gnomes in my day.
No, not a gnome, it's a little mushroom.
Mushroom?
Mm-hmm, I'm making it.
What do you mean?
Little talking mushroom.
Oh. Well, I could certainly get you a doll. Oh, you just wanted clothes.
Yes, I definitely do not want a doll.
Well, we have a very popular range of dolls. They are the Freya dolls. You have Freya the maid, Freya the adventurer, Freya the wizard. Freya
I
the
just
faith
want the
healer.
clothes.
Well,
Is this like D&D Barbie right now? Is that what's going on?
I feel like this is D&D Cabbage Patch Dolls is what I'm feeling.
they all come.
American dolls would make it D&D.
They all.
But I've just got Curse of Strahd trauma, so...
It's no fun. It's no Blinsky. They all come with their own well-tailored garb. I assure you, the finest materials.
I want a doll's cloak.
The adventurer comes with quite the cloak.
Is it an adjustable cloak?
Yes. It has a drawstring.
I'll buy that and I'll give the doll to Valrus, because I don't want it.
Very, very, very well. I'm sensing some hostility toward these dolls. I assure you, they are of the finest quality.
The last doll I had was haunted. I don't want one.
Oh, there is no hocus pocus with my dolls. They're all made by my hands.
So how much for it so I can leave? He's just like holding onto the counter for dear life.
Rhea the adventurer with her cape will cost you 5 gold.
Why don't you just throw the 5 gold on the
charges
counter?
for those dolls, damn.
I can wrap it for you.
Nope, that's quite alright. She's just
Poor
gonna
guy.
take
He's
it
just
and
like-
leave.
He's just like, I've got all of these wonderful Barbies, and you're like, fuck that, I just want the clothes.
I don't like it.
Thank you. If you
Her little
need
legs are trying to go as fast as they can carry her. And she's like trying to get the cloak off the doll.
This would be like heaven for Cinnamon, I feel like.
Come again
Dude, all
if
these
you
clothes I
need
can wear.
anything else.
Heather's like running back and then like banging on Valus's door.
Yes, what?
Got you 2 presents. She goes shove the doll in his face and then like carry the cloak over the stool.
Wait, did you just hand him a naked doll?
Yep. No, it's dressed. It just has no cloak.
It's got the Robin Hood like clothing on, tights, boots,
Oh, okay.
and all that stuff. It's just minus a cloak.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
don't know what you've heard, but I don't play with dolls. What are you?
I don't like dolls. And she's
What are
just
you doing?
I wanted
is
the
that?
cloak. I wanted the cloak. And then she's going to be like putting the cloak on the stool.
Are you
'Cause it's
okay
a
with
little
this
hood.
stool? Stool? Are you right?
Oh, thank you.
To keep him all shaded.
He does look kind of. He does look kind of cute with that, though.
And it's adjustable and she like does the drawstrings on it to help it like stay up.
I've never had a clothes before.
You have given Bobby clothes.
All is free.
You know, give it like 20 years in the future, there's going to be a Myconid with a tiny red cloak in a forest of mushrooms. Back in my day, a young adventurer gave me this piece of clothing.
Oh yeah, it would be so little on him by that point too. It'd be
I
like,
would love it if as he grows and gets bigger, he incorporates a cloak in his everyday. Like as he gets bigger, he gets a new cloak.
or he could keep adding on to that cloak and make it like a quilt.
Yep. Patches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we have a suitably attired stool and everyone's done some stuff, some time has passed, you will all essentially get a knock on the door roughly the same time by a very finely dressed dwarf. This one appears to have some sort of trappings of finery about them, and a sort of a symbol of like a lion's head embroidered into their like their cloak. They've got one of those trying to think what they're called. It's like a tabard, I guess you'd call it.
The sort of, I know what you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, the
It's like a
the
poncho,
messages.
basically, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I think it's called a
The
tabard.
dudes that announce your presence in the room, and
Exactly.
old-timey, yeah, poncho things.
And he will clear his throat. And you have all been summoned to meet with the king. A feast we had. You are main guest. Please, if you will follow me, I will take you to him.
All right, let's get this
I make
show on
sure
the
to
road.
give Lyritha a thumbs up when I pass her.
No search party needed then, huh?
Nope.
Good to know.
Just say, before I leave, I'll go, Still, you're a real adventurer now. And he'll look at, like, just like, poke the cloak.
He'll kind of like flick his hood up, and I don't think he'd be able to strike a pose, like he's got little stumpy legs and arms, but he does his best.
So cute.
Okay, so you'll be taken to a mighty hall in which a red-haired dwarf of a both fierce and proud demeanor sits upon a massive stone throne, flanked by a number of guards and advisors. A long stone table has been set to one side, laid out with refreshments, and there don't appear to be any other guests here yet. He will stand up and spread his arms wide. Proper size, the annoying. Proper door. Okay. So he will stand up, raise his arms wide, and he will say, "Welcome, friends. Please, come. I've brought you all here a bit earlier than the other delegates that were also summoned. You being the guests of honor, I thought it's best I might pick your brain a wee bit, as I've a mind to know about the rumblings and rumours going on about the whence you have just returned. I would like for you to relate to me as best you can your experiences in the Underdark. What has been going on? What have you been through? And perhaps after a while, we might be able to discuss exactly what you might want to do about it.
Valis's smile disappears, and he just frowns. His demeanor just changes completely. That's a long story. What was the king's name again? Sorry, King
Bruno Battlehammer.
Or King Battlehammer. Okay. King Battlehammer. Start from the beginning. Well, not all of us survived down there. The ones that did, myself, Hellier, our orc friend, who's currently not here at this moment. We were, well, the Drow caught us as slaves. We were imprisoned down there for quite a while. We managed to escape. And, well, that's where it all began, really. We saw demons, I believe they're called rocks, attacking the Drow guards at the prison camp we were in. And as we continued, earthquakes and other things happened with our companions. We got to this place called Sloop Dock. That's when we first saw this monstrosity wipe this village off its shores, off the dark lake. A Demigorgon. We managed to escape with our lives. Barely. Managed to get across the dark lake. Trying to find a way up to the surface. And then come across, well, return a friend of ours to his home. It's called Neverlight Grove, a Myconid colony. And, oh, that's much clearer.
It's
I don't know.
perfectly clear on my screen, so I don't know why it's being so difficult, but that's what it. Leave that up.
And, well, weird happenings were happening there. Myconids not acting like Myconids. Something about a bride and the groom. We were asked to investigate it. And that's when we saw the second demon, Zukut Moy. We lost a friend, a companion to this demon. We ran. There's no way we could fight it. No way we would have survived to live to tell the tale. That's when we met Lyrifa here. Apparently, did Lyrifa tell her she was sent down here to investigate something, or we just met her? I don't
I was
remember.
basically sent to look for you guys.
Apparently she was sent down to look for us, which was quite strange in itself. Anyway, we continued. And then a third time, and I believe Lyrifa made the connection, but we didn't see the demon itself. But a Snurf Nebulum city being attacked by oozes and slimes. We took care of them for them. Somebody called the Slime Prince, Slime King. Honestly,
Pudding King.
The Pudding King, yeah. My memory is, well, all I can do is want to forget what happened down there. I'm afraid I'm going to have nightmares for years. The Pudding King. Well, it didn't. We fought. We dispatched them all. But the sheer amount of slimes and oozes there. Lyrifa said that the connection, possibly that it might have been Jubilex, but we did not see that demon. But the signs were there for that demon to be there. And then, well, many, many, many long weeks, months even later, we arrived here. Of course, Helia here had composed a song of our experiences
Yep.
to set a tone for our numerous adventures.
That's the summary. There is a more in-depth traumatic version I can perform.
You kind of like smile a little bit, be like, "Thank the gods, there's a song about it. How else would we be able to communicate this throughout the ages from your very factual explanation? But greatest of deeds are immortalized in song."
She's got like a summary song and then an in-depth trauma dump song.
Well, I wouldn't say
This is the
deeds,
summary.
more like just survival.
You're kind of like chuckle, but forgive me, I did not mean to cause insult. A factual report is exactly what I need. Those gathered. A song is a tale to be remembered. Factual recount report is one to be actioned. Both have value and their places, and both are required in this.
So, is that why we are here to tell you what's happening down there? I don't want me to rude, but like, it's if you were, well, Larissa was looking for us. It's implied that you seem to think that someone was behind this, and that someone was us. Am I making too many assumptions at that point?
Oh. Truth of the matter is that we first started hearing rumors of strange goings on from our dealings with the denizens of the Underdark. Reports from merchants about other odd things, creatures going mad, disappearing, strange goings on.
Well,
We
can confirm that's all true.
then heard
And
about your. Initially, it was that you were criminals who had gone on the run, and that your efforts perhaps were at the cause of some problem. Now, exactly that was meant to be. In reality, I'm not entirely sure, but it would appear that perhaps some of that understanding was more to cover up other people's failings. Things you and yours might have. Or as
they
for
escaped a Drow slavery camp, and they don't want people to know you can escape.
I would imagine
Just-
that would be bad for business if you were in that kind. But I have much to think upon, and your retelling is giving me much to mull over. It's clear that there is very, very powerful beings running amok in the Underdark, and I don't think that they will simply stop. They've had their fun. If it perhaps was just one of them, might not be as much of a cause for concern. These things have a tendency of being dealt with. However, the fact that there is potentially 3 that you yourselves have borne witness or had interactions with. Although, please make sure that the attempt to wake up the fungal queen through multiple fireballs is extrapolated in detail in the song. That sounds hilarious. But
It was not.
Momentary madness.
Regret it.
it would seem that something needs to be done. I need to speak to my advisors to figure out a plan, a way forward. Your insights have been invaluable. Please help yourself to the he'll like lean toward his like, what's the or the food you eat? The appetizers. Sorry, forgive me, I'm still familiarizing myself with all this royal, and he'll kind of like flare his hands, etiquette.
Yeah, it feels all a bit unnecessary.
King must keep appearances. I assure you it is.
To be completely honest with you, this is probably the most etiquette we've seen since the Underdark. So,
From what I've heard from you guys, it's the most hospitality you guys have received.
he looks at the table and goes, "Well, I don't see any mushrooms, so."
Oh, did you
I think
want
I
some
might actually-
mushrooms?
You know when you visibly see someone go through multiple shades of green because they get ill thinking about it? Yeah, you just see that go flash through Valus's face.
Trauma.
Help yourself. We will be holding the feast in the Great Hall in roughly an hour's time. Please, if you have any affairs to settle before then, sure they are done. I am going to retire and speak to my advisors. See if we can't come up with counteract what it is that I would love. He'll turn to Harry, but I would love to hear your recital at the feast for those gathered.
I think that would be very appropriate for people tend to pay attention to songs.
Assuming it is ready, of course.
Is she muted?
I'm going to throw something at her in a minute.
Sorry. I just
It's
called
like the
was
theater over in WoW, where it's like, I said we were all slain.
Yeah. Said we're all
Yeah.
slain, yeah. Very
sorry.
good.
My Discord was discording, so it's like I can't hear anything right now.
Discord, doobie, Discord.
TLDR, I want you to recite your tale.
Okay. Are we wanting interpretive dance charades or are we wanting a song?
I will leave you to the finer points. That's certainly not my area of expertise.
You think you can do charades while playing or flute?
All I will say is that the feast will be several very important and high-ranking members of many factions of Faerun will be at this feast. Very, very important people. So, what do you think would be suitable? And
Do you have a lyre?
Most politicians are. Oh, wait, you're looking for a musical instrument.
Yes.
whatever instrument you need will be brought for you. Let one of my guards know.
Okay.
And I will see you
Just-
PC. He will literally get up.
Because if she's retelling the song, like the in detail one, she's got to get a lyre so she can sing along as she does it.
Powerful people, huh? Well,
She'll have to do some practice.
good thing I'm a nobody, so there's that. I just want to go home. I don't know about you guys. I just want to go home. After all
I
this.
just want to go home.
Okay.
In too deep now.
An hour will pass unless there is anything you specifically wish to do in the meantime.
Practicing my lyre.
While she's performing during the dinner, I want to like keep my eye on everybody's there. Just like I don't trust frickin' anyone, so
Okay.
I figure they'll all be distracted.
I will give Lavender 5 gold to keep an eye on everyone while I perform.
All right, I will keep an eye on literally everyone
Sure,
for
she'll just
this.
take your money and do what she was going to do anyway.
I mean, I was gonna
Pretty
do
much,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
your money.
I'm gonna keep an eye on everyone.
I mean, Lyrith has got decent insight too, so she'll, even with her negative one, was
So,
Oh wait, would it be insight or perception?
insight's like vibe checking people. Perception is you're just scanning around. Do you notice random things? So
Yeah, it's more like I wanna scan around and see if anybody's doing anything kind of shady.
plus, yeah, okay. That's
Or
fair.
like if somebody's trying to sleight of hand something or, something like that.
In a room full of politicians.
Right. I got my work cut out for me.
Okay. So the hour will go by, and you will be summoned to the Great Hall. An even grander table dominates the center of this room with a high-backed throne chair at the far end. Seated around the around the table, you will see several individuals. There is There's a human wizard. You can see that there is a badge upon his cloak, which is of a moon around a heart with an arrow. There will also be a human, sort of fightery paladin type looking guy, older gentleman, dark grey hair, dark grey beard, scar down one side of his face. Lyritha, you will know this as Solanova Strail. The rest of you, well, you haven't met. He is there. There is there's a dwarven there's a dwarven maiden here, we'll call her, and she is wearing she's wearing a suit of sort of chainmail, but her cloak is embroidered with it's like a crown almost, that instead of being kind of like ornate, it looks as though it is sort of the ramparts of a castle make up the top of the crown as it kind of comes around, and it is sort of emblazoned with this sort of red and gold filigree patterning. You're welcome to roll me a history check to see if you recognize that symbology.
All of us?
Sorry, forgive
one
me.
and two.
Uh,
Or is it religion?
Sorry, that's on that's on an elf's. My bad. The symbology that she's got a pin which is like a stag's head, on green and gold. So you can roll me history to recognize that. Hell yeah, that is the symbol of the Emerald Enclave.
Nice.
There is a half-elf, noble-looking gentleman. He is wearing the chainmail, with the cloak with the crown, everything like that. You're welcome to roll me history for that one as well. Okay, Lavender, Lyritha, you recognize this as being a representative of the Lord's Alliance.
Makes sense.
There is a particularly beautiful lady dressed in mostly black, who Lavender will recognize.
I wonder what this is. It's all black.
It's Auntie Emma.
Yeah. And that, other than yourselves, the king, the guards around the room, and some of the advisors that were in the room before, that represents the entirety of those attending the feast. King Bruno will stand up as you enter the room and again bid you welcome. Friends, welcome. The guests of honor have arrived. Please all be seated. They have prepared for you all a tale of their adventure. Please listen intently to what they have to say and extrapolate from the song itself as goings on down the dark truly are.
Hellia's been like practicing for the past hour on this lyre, so
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Oh
Shania.
my god.
God damn.
hell yes!
Just shoves
Hell
that
yeah, hell
trauma
yeah.
down deep. Are you actually going to recall your
The
tale?
trauma adds to it.
Yep, it's gonna be the detailed version, but not like so traumatic, but to the point where it actually gets across everything that's happened.
Okay.
Like, so it's not just like a summary, it's this is actually what happens. This is who we lost, things like that.
That's fine. Okay, the performance will go well perfectly. You have everyone's, even the people who were partaking in it, are kind of like, there'll be elements where they're like, wait, did we really do all that the way you're making it sound? That what happened?
We've all got like tears streaming down
yeah.
our face.
Oh, that I remember. There's bits that definitely.
I'm so sad for us. I'm so sad. Oh my god, these people. I feel so bad.
They've gone through so much. Oh wait, that's us. Yeah.
Wait, that was us.
Shit.
Except, like, Lavender and Lyritha was
Right.
kind of, like, still on the outside of it.
Oh, you will definitely feel the emotion within the song as well. Like, she's not just plucking at that lyre; she's plucking at the heartstrings, and it's truly probably a once in a decade performance. It is definitely outstanding. They really need
Yep.
But you'll see that everyone is listening intently and kind of concentrating on what you're doing, as they're not even really focusing on their food. But you will finish with your performance, and Bruno will say, there you have it.
Was anybody acting like suspicious during any of that?
Roll me a perception.
Okay.
Can I get insights from
I have tears in my eyes. I can't see shit.
Yeah, no, you nothing.
Can I roll vibe checks?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna roll with an advantage for my inspiration, because why the hell not?
Okay.
Ew.
You don't pick up on any real bad vibes. Everyone does seem to be quite, enthralled with what's being shared. That being said, Valis, please take inspiration from your more factually appropriate retelling, and Helia can have inspiration for a perfect. Yep.
Thank you.
As he says, both have their place. One is, one is a tale, a performance, and one is needed for proper reporting and whatnot. So, Bruno will kind of like stand up. Everyone will be moved by the performance, should we say. And he will simply say, "You have heard the tale, straight from the mouths of those who in it. Threat we all face is dire. You all have been summoned here for your expertise, your influence, or your insight to help try and deal with this problem. Think on what you can contribute. But for now, feast. Settle your stomachs. The best thinking is done on a full belly." He'll clap his hands together. "Eat!"
She's
you
gonna
go.
investigate her food before she eats this time.
Okay.
Just how much has Velas gorged himself this entire time?
So
You don't find anything.
I was gonna roll a charisma check to see how much he contained his enthusiasm for devouring all this food.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say you kind of etiquette goes out the fucking window.
It's good food.
Yeah, right. Like cutlery? Fuck off.
Yeah, you're just like shoveling it into your face.
Honestly, Lyrith is probably eating the same exact way you are, because that's how she do.
We're just like we've been
Helia's
basically living on nothing for months and months
Yeah.
and months. We have food in front of us.
It's some of the best.
What
you
does
may have
Stool
ever
eat?
had.
What does Stool eat?
Stool's not there.
Stool eats decomposing stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scraps, table scraps.
Think of him like a pig. You give him the leftovers and he loves it. But yeah,
He'll be like
Otherwise,
putting
it's
some
interesting
like
thing.
vegetables in a bag or something to give to him to decompose them later.
Like, we've got his special little tray now and his little hood.
um,
On Stool's next adventure.
the feast will pretty much end, and you'll have people coming up and talking to you. Just small talk and I can't believe that this happened, that happened. I'm sorry for your losses. If you're ever in interesting place here, then look me up. We'll see what we can do. Let's make connections, etc. And Bruno,
The small talk. Yeah. Make promises that no one really expects.
yeah,
to keep.
exactly.
So
Bruno will bring the festivities to an end, and we'll kind of basically say, we have eaten, we have drunk, we have been informed of the goings on in the dark. Take some time to discuss amongst yourselves at your leisure and consider yourselves dismissed. With the exception of the guests of honor, I will have words. Everyone else has left.
can before during the feast, can I catch? Because I want to talk to the wizard and the wizard in particular about Darendil.
Oh, okay. The one with the harp badge.
Yeah. I assume that it's some kind of high authority in a particular skill. So I make small talk and then slowly discuss the matters of magic. and then I'll tell them about. So we have this companion that came with us. A elf that has been cursed to live in a horrifying body. His name's Darendil, claims to be a prince. While our methods of trying to remove said curse had not been effective, something truly powerful must have afflicted this person. We're wondering perhaps there is something that your magical institution can do for him.
The human is a human wizard, so he carries himself with you can definitely see that he is a very proud, definitely nobility, upper class, like very, very fine clothes, like he's well groomed. And you will approach him and kind of he'll nod as you're talking.
So I suppose like etiquette and all of that, I will emphasize certain points that we're looking for someone powerful like himself to remove this curse that we as humble hedge mages from the backwoods could not possibly remove, and clearly need someone with some talent in that area to do so, like yourself, to be able to cure this affliction.
He would kind of like listen to it. Give me a persuasion roll with advantage as you pander to his. Okay. Yep.
Well, okay, nearly a double crit, but here we go.
Yeah, he's counting. I think that's everyone's rolled a crit today apart from Lyritha. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he will.
He hasn't got a weapon yet, so it's always time.
He'll kind of like listen to your tale and be like, "Well, chap, that sounds like quite the pickle he's found himself in. I can't say that I've ever heard of a curse quite that way, but that's not to say that it doesn't exist. For magic, there is such wonders that remain unyet explored. Right to speak to one such as myself to take on such a challenge. I would be happy to lend the resources, if not of just the Harpers that I represent, but also of my family, the Roaring Horns of Waterdeep. We have considerable resources, not only the Harpers, but whenever we go. I would be happy to look into that. I will speak to this individual. I will get the details of his home where he claims to. What we can do. As for this little matter, and he kind of like points at the table, the gathering. He's like, little idea of some sort that we may be able to offer to your group. Why don't you come and see me in my chambers? Perhaps you and I, little game. How is your yes? You seem like quite the smart individual.
He's dumb as rocks because of the fucking cards.
Wow.
But he can pretend to be smart. It's fine.
Well, I think Lyritha is smarter than him.
Lyritha is
If
smarter than
you
him.
are not up for the challenge, then I'm sure one amongst your number would have, perhaps maybe not the smarts to rival one such as itself, but perhaps the mind to tackle such a taxing game, thought-provoking game. TLDR is going to be intelligence rolls when you play chess with him. So, you want to do it, that's cool. If there is someone with more intelligence you'd want to put up instead, that's also cool.
My intelligence
You will
is at 1,
gracefully-
so...
I don't know that any of us are really that smart.
Laritha
Say-
ain't dumb.
I say he'll gracefully. While your formidable intellect overshadows, let's be real, quite literally everyone in this room, he whispers. And as I say, including myself, considering that while my magical ability comes from a wild divine natural source myself, I am not one to be held down by the books and the like. But that doesn't mean there's not someone here that can give you a challenge. Someone to, let's say, give you a little, make you sweat a little as you flex your mental muscle. And he will-
Like, Valis, was it?
Yes.
Well, met. I play chess with intimidation!
Checkmate! We just started
I
playing
bet.
checkmate.
It is checkmate. Bet.
Okay, fine. You win.
Except my
I-
Stay away.
intimidation is a -1.
He will say, you are Valis, yes? I am Lord Zelron Roaringhorn. As I have said, I am a Wardavian noble, and I look for your companion, someone that could give a run for my... may be able to help with your little Underdark problem.
We'll talk about. We'll have a chat over brandy while we. It might take 2 of us to make you sweat, and it will sort of Laritha.
Yeah.
You've got quite the set of brains on you.
Yeah, I like to think so.
Would
Well,
you
not
like a
pissed off.
chance? Would you like to make a chance to make a wizard sweat at a game of chess?
I like doing that with weapons, but what are you talking about?
Have you considered making your mind a weapon and using it to play chess with my good friend here?
Chess. Okay.
I was looking to see if I had any spells that could help, and I do not.
Yeah, I've played some chess in my life. It's good for
Good.
tactics.
A tactical thinker. You see, chess is all about strategy and tactics. Thinking of how to outmaneuver one another. I'm sure you two will have a lot of fun.
Good. Well, I shall later when the king has cut
Thank
off
you.
for now.
All so much for your help.
He will. You will notice that
Blowhard, isn't it?
he has a particularly interesting amulet around his neck. A blue stone gold filigree amulet. Definitely.
So him being a wizard probably has everything about him, has a glow about him. I am wizard royalty. My cloak can buy several cities.
So as they all filter out of the room, the king will kind of like beckon you all over to him. Once they've left, the guards will shut the door. Bruno will kind of he'll step down from the throne and he'll kind of like come and sit at like the table with you as opposed to the head of the table. And he'd be like, well, I've told the allies that you met the night what you told me. You have explained it in, well, first song. I invited them here to learn what is happening, to share what we now collectively know, get their backing for what it is I propose. See, you have braved the Underdark and lived to tell the tale. You alone know better than anyone what it is we face. But we are still very much in the dark.
You're gonna ask us to go back down there again, aren't
The
you?
Zentarum have a stake in a somewhat secret Underdark trading post. You may have heard of it. It is called Mantle Dareth. If you can get...
Sorry, I did not mean to
I
cough
think-
into the mic.
Is that some spores
I-
getting you there, Lyritha?
I had my
Did you
hand on
wear-
the push to talk as I was coughing.
If you can get them on our side, I'm sure that they would be more than happy to give you the key, guide you where you can then meet with one of their agents. I'm sure they have many. They have...
One of them is sitting in here right now.
Yeah, but I don't think you guys know that, right?
No, we don't. We don't. I'm
Yeah.
just joking.
So I'm just wait. Am I with you? Because if I am, I'm just kind of sitting there like. Doo-doo-doo.
He would say, I believe that one of their agents in Mantle Dareth, if my information is correct, is called Gasrim Du. He can provide you with a map to Graven Hollow. It is a legendary place built by this giant long ago, said to contain all the knowledge of the dead. If there's answers to be found for what is happening, you might find them there. If you are, of course, willing to go back, that is.
Do I know this guy that he just mentioned?
You can give me a history check.
Okay.
For a moment there, I thought you were referring to the king. I was just like,
Do I know him? 15.
You've heard of him. You've not met him
Okay.
face to face, but you have.
But,
heard
yeah.
of him.
Okay. So I don't know him personally. Okay.
So yeah, if you're if you're willing to go back. No, I don't propose to send you into the dark unprepared. And I hope making an impression those gathered here so that they will indeed support our cause and your mission. From all I've seen and heard, there's no one better to do what needs to be done. What say you? That's going to be where we put a pin in things for today.
Dun dun dun.
I don't want to go back.
You might be wondering how I got myself into this situation.
Right.
Very good. Yeah, I wanted to get that bit out of the way, and then next session we can figure out whose support you get to gather if you wish to go back or what you want to do.
So glad I critted on that performance.
Very
Lariffa and I are going to go see your wizard.
Gotta see a wizard about some cheese.
We're off to see the wizard.
To get some brain healing.
And
Yeah.
you obviously
Man, I hope that Valis has enhanced ability. Or,
Anyway.
well, yeah.
That is going to be it for today's session. Thank you guys for being here and playing. I know we're a bit slow to get back into things, but for the most part, I enjoyed today's session. It was good. I do apologize that it was a bit slow to begin with, and we did have some technical issues by yours truly. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys also for hanging out with us in the chat. As always, it is very much appreciated. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, usual YouTube platitudes, and drop us a comment below. I do indeed read every single one of them. We will be back, I believe, on Sunday. Don't know if that's 100% because we might be down a few people, but we should be back on Sunday. So until then, please do take it easy, and as always, if it's easy, take it twice. Cheers, guys. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.